Happy holidays! For today's video, I'm painting a bunch of the ceramic sculptures that I showed you in my mini art supply haul video. I originally saw these pieces at Michaels and I just fell in love with them because I knew I wanted to make my own version of a Christmas village. I wanted to give you a quick look at these sculptures before they are decorated because I just love the blank canvas that these offer. I think the possibilities really are endless when it comes to the finished look of these. With my design figured out, it's time to prep my desk and get started on painting. I am using a huge roll of craft paper and some frog tape to protect my desk. And I'm also using this folk art matte paint in raw sienna as my base. I think this color is a really close match to actual gingerbread, and while I do like it, I noticed that it needed a lot more coats of paint than I expected, like minimum 3, so it took me quite a while just to get these base layers down. I was trying to paint around the parts of the sculpture that wouldn't be brown, but I quickly figured out that was nearly impossible and went ahead and painted majority of the sculpture brown except for the obvious sections that would be white. By this point, I was really eager to get some glitter onto one of these sculptures, so while the base of my cupcake dried, I taped off the lower half and got started on the top. I decided to use two types of glitter for these. This first one is an extra fine glitter made up of white shimmery flecks, while the other is also extra fine. It contains almost iridescent flecks of color. I actually made a swatch test to see how both types of glitter looked when sprinkled on top of paint, and I am so glad I did this because I was able to see that the white glitter on top of color was more subtle, which I liked, while the colorful glitter on top of white really popped, and that is the method I chose on all of these pieces. Like, just look at that shimmer. I love it. It's exactly what I was hoping for with these. Now going in with some color, I just have to take a moment to say that this brand of paint worked wonders for me. It's opaque, it's saturated, and really only one layer is needed, maybe two if you're trying to cover up a darker color underneath the way I was with the raw sienna. I am in no way being sponsored to say this, I just simply like Craft Smart paint. I think it's great for crafts and probably painting with acrylics like on a canvas too, even though I have yet to try using them in that way, so don't quote me on that. Now here's where things almost went south. For the green, I thought I could use some of this Crayola craft paint mixed with some leftover paint I had from when I painted the unicorn in my art block video. I thought that combination would make a great shade of green, but I was wrong. I was so wrong. Both paints were extremely sheer and I would have had to use probably 6 coats just to achieve a somewhat opaque look. But thankfully, I had this Liquitex Basics acrylic paint in light green that I was able to mix with some of the Crayola paint just to darken it a little bit. Now for the pink, I had planned to do the same thing I did with the green, just using the same colors I already had, but clearly those colors were not really working in my favor. So I decided to use a mix of the red Craft Smart paint mixed with the white Craft Smart paint to make this nice light airy pink. Around this time, it was a matter of painting lots of tiny details like the first coat on these trees or the frames for all of the doors and windows. I thought painting the edge of this cupcake was pretty satisfying, but I wanted to ask you if this item I'm painting right now is a cup of ice cream or a frosted cupcake. I ask that because when I was searching for the link to this product for my mini art supply haul video, the Michaels website has this listed as ice cream, and I just don't see that. Really, besides the cherry on top, this just looks like a cupcake to me. So let me know in the comments if you initially saw it as a cupcake or ice cream, because I've gotten both answers and I'm curious to know what you think. Now, these sculptures took over my desk for about 2 weeks as I was working on them off and on when I had the time in between other projects. I do think I underestimated the amount of time and effort that would go into painting each of these. I was just not expecting to be covered in glitter the way that I was for those 2 weeks, and also I would notice random blobs of paint appear on my elbow, which was not part of the plan, but it ended up being a very necessary part of the whole crafting process. I am glad I decided to go slow and work on these over an extended period of time. I do plan to have all of these pieces out every year, and I would love to add to my collection throughout the years as well, so this is just the beginning. I'm glad I took my time with these and really made them look the way that I wanted, the way I had envisioned, because they did turn out almost exactly as I had imagined. At the end of the day, I think these pieces turned out great and I had a lot of fun. I think this was a great Christmas craft for me to do because I really enjoyed changing it up and doing more involved hands-on projects like this. So if you can relate to me in that way, I highly recommend trying out a craft project like this one. I already had this glossy Krylon finishing spray that just so happened to be perfect to seal in all these pieces. It did a great job of holding all of that glitter in place while also preventing this project from chipping or wearing down over time. Here are the finished pieces in all of their beautiful, sparkly, colorful, Christmas-filled glory. These pieces are not perfect, but I love them that much more. They look hand-painted to me, which gives them more value in my mind. At the beginning of this video, I said how much I love the blank canvas look of these because the possibilities are endless, and I really think they are. If everyone went and painted one of these, they would all look different, and I think that's what makes it special. The individuality that can come from painting your own adds to the joy and the magic that can be present at this time of year. And the fact that I now have a unique set of my own take on a Christmas village really adds to my love for these, because I have always wanted one of those villages that you see on display in stores, and I finally have my own. Another point to add is that these won't be on display all year round like my ceramic unicorn is, so they do hold a special place in my heart because I know I only have a limited amount of time with them. Now, don't go thinking I forgot about these mini sculptures, because I most certainly did not. I of course have to show you the before, followed by the after. They turned out so cute. I am so glad I decided to turn 3 of these into a set to go with the larger pieces. I think they look great, they're adorable, and honestly, they look delicious. Now, the candy shop and cupcake do light up, but I wanted to add even more light, so I got these battery operated lights. They are warm white and they twinkle to really show off the sparkle of the glitter on all of the pieces. Here is the whole thing, and it looks even better in person. I'll just say that. It looks so magical, and I could not be happier with how everything turned out. That's gonna be it from me. I hope you have enjoyed watching this video as much as I have enjoyed making it, because I think this is the most fun I've had making a video in quite some time. So I hope you enjoyed it as well. I wish you the happiest of holidays and a very Merry Christmas if you celebrate. I will see you in the new year, crazy to say, with new videos. Bye!